welcome once again to Let's Talk Marriage. All right. This is Pastor Larry coming to you this Wednesday afternoon with Let's Talk Marriage. All right, we're going to get right on into our program. I hope everyone is doing well. If you woke up this morning, guess what? You are doing well. All right, we're going to get right on into our program. Today on our programs, we're going to be talking about enjoying your spouse. Enjoying your spouse. All right, this is an article that I read. I picked up, and it starts like this: Let your heart have an unshakable hope for your marriage, which is very important. A lot of times I read a lot of articles and things on marriage, talking about marriage, how to stay married, things to do and don't do, and from my own experience and from other people experience, and you put it all together, and you hope you're helping someone, and this is what the program is about. We hope we're helping someone, and letting them know that they can enjoy their marriage, and because one of the things it mentioned here, without a doubt, the dream of a happy marriage is one of the most consistent longings of the human heart. Forget the bleak statistics we've seen. Forget the bad rap that committed lifelong marriage gets in the media. We want to marry our best friend, then enjoy our spouse, enjoy being married, and many people do so. So, what makes the difference? What makes the difference between that person have we're not going to say a perfect marriage because there's no such thing as a perfect marriage, but have a marriage that works, a marriage that you both are enjoying each other, you both are there for each other, you both are, best friends, because you should be marrying your best friend, or your spouse should be your best friend, the person that you go to the most. You have your other like friends that you have, you have a best friend outside of the marriage. Like the wife might have a best friend that her and her friend went to college together or grew up together or something like that. I mean, just the best friend, and that's outside of the marriage. But the best friend, would be a female if it's your wife, and if it's a husband, his best friend would be, like maybe his best man or something like that from the wedding. These are the things that keeps a marriage going. And again, the marriage is not going to be perfect because there's no such thing as a perfect marriage, but one that works. And there's no such thing as a hard marriage, or being married is hard. We make it hard because when you start bringing in things from the past, you start bringing up old, how they say it, old stuff. We start bringing up stuff from the past, and not healing from the past. That's why on the program we talk about many times about making sure that before you remarried or go into a relationship, a serious relationship, make sure you close those chapters on past relationships, because past relationships can really hinder your current marriage, especially if you came out of a bad relationship, came out of a bad marriage, came out of a abusive relationship, or came out of a abusive marriage, and you jump right into another marriage. That's why you need to, before you go into another marriage, allow yourself time to heal. We've talked about this many times on the program as well. Allow yourself time to heal before you jump into another relationship. And sometimes people, because they don't want to be alone, they don't want to be by themselves, they jump from one relationship. And if you haven't closed that chapter on that bad relationship, or that previous marriage, or that bad marriage that you came out of, if you haven't closed that chapter and moved on from that, you're going to find yourself the next person you're going to is going to be similar to the person that you you left. You go from one person to, and you see the same type of person. That's why you see Women that come out of abusive relationships, they go into another abusive relationship because they never allow themselves time to heal from that bad relationship when they move on to another relationship. And they always trying to find someone that was like the person that they were with before. And people always think they can change people. You can't change people. People change themselves. A person can change, but you can't change them. A person changes on their own if they want to be changed for the better. And sometimes people change for the worse. But you can't go into a relationship with someone you know that's abusive, and you think that if you have a kid with them, that's gonna make them be that's gonna calm them down or tame them. If they're a person that was, before they got married, they was a playboy. They was had so many women here, or even with our women that had so many men. Boyfriends and all this, and you think that when you marry them they're going to settle down. Usually that's not the case. Usually they get worse, and then what makes it worse is sometimes there's children involved, and then another thing, the main thing that makes it worse is now you're married. You can't really just walk away. You have to go through channels and stuff to get away from that person. And even in abusive relationships, a lot of times you just can't walk away. You have to go through channels to get away. You have to find a way of escape from that person. God allows you a way to escape when we get, a lot of times we get ourselves in hot water, but a lot of times we don't listen. It's like a lot of times we don't listen to our parents when they warn us about these people. So this is the main reason why you should make sure that you're marrying your soulmate, not just you need a man or you need a woman. That come on, people, make some sense. You just settle for anybody, and don't just settle for anybody. Make sure that person that you decide to spend your life with, make sure that person you have something that's bringing you together, something that's keeping you together. And a lot of times when something is keeping you together, it's usually a love. It's usually, sometimes you have the same thing in common. Sometimes you're opposites, but you both work together to make one. Because when you get in that relationship, you are one. And when you're in a relationship and you are one, that's why you have to make sure that you are enjoying your marriage. Make sure, because, things happen in life, sometimes, things, in this life, things are going to happen. You're going to have bad things that happen. But make sure you are always sticking by that person that you said I do to, do bet for better or worse. uh, Good times, bad times, those are the vows that you kept. And so, especially nowadays, people first sign up a first argument, they ready to walk away. It's easy to walk away, but it's sometimes it's a challenge. I won't say it's hard. Sometimes it's a challenge to stay together because you have two opposite people, and trying to become one. That's why you have to make sure that you're marrying your soulmate, not just somebody suggested to you, or just because they have money, just because you think they look good. Because those looks gonna fade away someday. People change. And you got to be able to accept those changes and keep moving on. Sometimes people tend to, because the person don't look like they did when they first got married, and they get upset about it, and start looking outside the marriage. And those are things you have to make sure that and there used to be a time that when you met someone in church, you knew that was the right one because you both went to church together. But that's not the case. People, make some sense. Just because the person sat across from you in church, or in back of you, or you and both was in the choir together, does not mean that that's the person for you. That's why sometimes or all the times, I won't say sometimes, all the times you have to seek God about these people. When you're interested in someone, make sure you talk to someone that's been married a while, and we've always said on the program, make sure you see their interaction with their parents, with their mother, with their father. If they came from a single family home, see how they handle stress. You have to make sure you see how these people handle stress, how they handle uh, disappointment, because some people can't handle disappointment. They just fly off the deep end. And make sure because when you go and you meet these people, sometimes they put on a facade. But if you uh, stay and keep your mind open and your eyes open, you'll see that their true nature will come out. When you go out to restaurants, see how they interact with the waitresses, as if they're real pushy and real demanding, and this ain't right, or if they get an attitude because someone look at them funny, and and they start going off on them in stores and in public and stuff. Make sure you notice those things, because a lot of times what we're talking about is enjoying your marriage, and you want to make sure that you're enjoying your marriage and make sure you're avoiding all these things that we're talking about right now before you walk into or enter into a serious relationship with someone. And a lot of times we judge people by the way they look, what type of job they have, what type of car they have. Just because someone don't have a big time 6-figure job, just because you can marry someone with a 6-figure job and they just be as crazy as all outdoors, or you can marry someone that's got 4 or 5 degrees and just as crazy as they want to be. Come on, people. So you have to make sure that we're. That's one of the reasons why we have to make sure we're enjoying our marriages. Here's another thing it says here: the Bible has so many vital words of life, so many practical answers for building a rich, abundant, lifelong marriage, and it is all inspiring to see the social research finally reveal what the Bible has said all along. A lot of researchers say that strong marriage is one that where you both go to church together, where you both pray together, where you both are praying people. And things come along and things happen in life, so that's why you have to make sure that you are enjoying your marriage. And that, when I say enjoying your marriage, that don't mean everything is going to be just fantastic. You're going to wake up and you hear birds singing, and you're going to hear music. You're going to be walking in slow motion, holding that. That doesn't mean it's going to happen like that. But mentally, physically, and within your heart, you know that this person is for you, and they've always been there for you, and they can constantly showing themselves uh, to have your back and be there for you. Those are the people that you want to make sure you have a lifelong commitment with. Because you know when you meet someone that they not for you, especially if you stop looking on the outside. Come on, people, make some sense. Stop looking on the outside. Look on the inside of judge the person by the contents of their character, their heart, what type of person they are. And sometimes you have someone that might not have a lot, but they heart is open. They open to, and they have potential. That's the thing that's the word I guess I'm looking for. They have potential. If you have somebody that has potential, you can go a long way. And somebody says potential don't pay the bills. you know, See, these are some of the attitudes that people have, and the reason why they go into bad marriages. They're looking at the fact that, oh, he gonna pay my bills. Yeah, but if you get someone that's not for you, they might be paying your bills, but they might be paying somebody else's bills too. Come on, people, make some sense. They paying your bill. You ain't worried about it because they paying your bills, but they pay somebody else's bills. They got a whole family across town. They got a chick on the side, and sometimes they even have some of these husbands might even have a man on the side. So you have to be careful, and you have to be prayerful when you thinking about entering into a relationship. And out here with these people in the dating scene and all that, these people are crazy. So these people are catfish you, and they It's just they'll just have a whole different personality, whole have and just and it's so dangerous out here. That's why you have to make sure you know these people, so that way when you enter in a marriage, you can enjoy your marriage because you know each other. There's nothing going to come up out of the woodworks where he's a crazy person and got a family across town and all that. So you have to make sure that you are enjoying each other and having a joyous marriage. And people say so many things, and so many things are out there about marriage, and so many negative things, especially if someone has been in a bad relationship. They tend to have a negative reaction to marriage. Oh, I did that, and I don't want to do them on. But make sure when you find that soulmate, you will know. I'm telling you, you will know when you find your soulmate, because everything will start working together. That does not mean it's going to be perfect. That's not what I'm saying. Everything will start working together. You'll know how to. You both will know how to go through. That's the whole thing with a lot of young marriages. They don't know how to go through things. When you have that soulmate, that one that God has sent to for you, you'll know how to go through hard times. You'll know how to be there for each other during the hard times. Man, those are things that are very important, and those are the things that you have a joyous or enjoying your marriage. Uh, this is Pastor Larry. We're going to be signing off. We're going to be talking about more about this, and we're going to in upcoming program. Last week we weren't here, so we just played a rerun from the week before. Some things came up, so I wouldn't be able to be here last week. But this week we're back on it. We haven't been back in the studio in a while. My studio is usually downstairs, but usually I'm up here and upstairs. So anyway, hope you have a wonderful day and enjoy yourself. Make sure that you're sticking or standing with each other. Sharing with each other, being there for each other, and supporting each other. That's the word I'm looking for. Supporting each other in your marriage. Be a big support. Someone your spouse can lean on, someone they can go to when they're having a hard time. Because trust me, there's so many things that are going on, so many people, because life is so short. So make sure that we are enjoying. That's why you have to make sure that you're marrying your soulmate, not just some flesh mate. You make sure you're marrying your soulmate. We these are the spring is coming, and you're gonna see a lot of people getting engaged. You're gonna be invited to a lot of weddings, and with the summer months coming up and the spring and summer coming up, make sure you are usually when if I marry someone, I try to make sure that I counsel with them, go over it, and especially if I don't know them. If I already know them, I usually don't counsel them. I go ahead and marry them if I know both of them. But if I don't know them, I usually sit down and talk to them, and find out where their heads are, because some people have a fantasy about marriage. It's enjoyous. You can enjoy it. It's full of joy, and it's what you put into it is what makes a marriage. If you put 100% in, you're gonna get 100% out. Both of you enjoying life, and enjoying being spiritually connected. The soulmates. That's what they are, spiritually connected. And when God sends you that soulmate, uh, it's nothing that he or she won't do for you. This is Pastor Larry, and we're going to be signing off until we meet again with Let's Talk Marriage. Oh, I want to take this opportunity to invite you out to our services at New Zion Christian Center. We're located at 15014 This Plain Street in Plainfield, Illinois. Services usually start at 11 a.m., but I have a special announcement. Let me announce that real quick. Now, on March the 30th, I believe, at 2 p.m., our service is going to start at New Zion Christian Center at 2 p.m. I want to take this opportunity to invite you out to our Family and Friends Day. That's going to be March the 30th at 2 p.m. We're going to be serving because people will be just getting out of service or getting out of church. And when you come by at our services, that's going to begin at 2 o'clock that day. We're going to be having dinner at 2 o'clock, and the service is going to start that day at 3:30. I'm hoping to see a lot of my friends. I'm looking so forward to this, and my wife is putting a lot into it as well as myself. We're putting a lot into this, and we're hoping to have a wonderful, wonderful time. And it's going to be a wonderful service, and it's going to be a great opportunity to see all our family and friends. And we're just gonna we're just going to be there to encourage each other and just have a wonderful time in the Lord. We hope to see you there on March the 30th at 15014 the Plain Street in Plainfield, Illinois at 2 p.m. on March 30th. Make sure you keep that in date. We have a lot of people that RSVP'd, say they're going to be there and with us, and we're looking forward to it. So this is Pastor Larry. Until we meet again with Let's Talk Marriage. All right.